Hi, I am George. Today's topic would be form and function. Citizen Kane. Question 2. How, according to Rick Altman, did the use of deep focus techniques in Citizen Kane create a disturbance in the very identity of cinema? Deep focus, according to Farmer, is a technique as it does not help audiences focus on a salient information presented in a scene. Altman unearths the disturbances of the technique to the identity of cinema as he deconstructs the virtually controversial film Citizen Kane in terms of deep focus sound and cinematography. Altman strongly rejects strong commendations about Citizen Kane's visual and aural space by considering the Colorado sequence. Accordingly, a precise coordination between visual and aural space must be established among scenes in a film to provide spectators with realistic space effects. Sound scale must always be harmonized with the image scale. Woefully, this idea remains misconstrued in the film. Altman disappointingly recounts scenes from the films that proves the veracity of his claims. The disturbance starts when Mary's voice heavily reverbs, while Thatcher, amid the noticeable proximity, speaks without any echo. Spatial incertitude presents itself more in shot 175 when the dialogue among Thatcher, Jim, and Mary occurs in an even volume amid the fact that Jim is at considerable distance from Thatcher and Mary. More so, shot 176 intensifies spatial confusion as Mary's head is magnified multiple times, yet there was no volume change. These scenes disqualify the film from extreme sound realism, as the most volume levels do not reflect realistic image and sound scaling. Altman further argues that deep focus photography, especially with Toland's radical versions of deep focus imposition in films, stirs deplorable disruptions in the identity of cinema. The unexamined 1930s audience acceptance of the usual Hollywood value wherein narrative holds the most important aspect of the film must be re-evaluated because narrative alone does not give spectators a realistic sound and image experience. Specific disturbances in the film are leveraged against Altman's proposed reality codes: daily life, recorded music, public address, theater, cinema, and radio. Evidently, the musical performances in the film clearly demonstrate dearth of spatial realism when perceived from a daily life routine. The scene where Kane approaches his wife and the trainer while rehearsing shows no change in voice level amid his distance from the room's door to the piano. This is also seen when Mrs. Kane is projected in different areas of the musical hall, yet her voice level remains the same. The unrealistic theatrical sounds and dialogues in several scenes where actors play at different distances, yet heard in the same volume, taint cinema's identity in general as well. Several scenes in the film attest to this, such as the conversation among Miss Alexander, Mr. Thompson, and the investigator, and the discussion about the custody of Charles Kane by a group of men. No change in voice level happened, though the actors are magnified and focused on screen. Citizen Kane's detectable adherence to radio discourse through the use of traditional volume ranges, low for background and medium for foreground, separates itself from supposed distinct volume ranges: loud for digressive lines, medium for foreground passages, and low for background conversations. The reinstatement of deep focus sound and photography encourages the artificiality of Hollywood conventions. These techniques do not fully advance cinema in a progressive direction, especially that it detaches spectators from reality since visual and aural space is flawed. All these concerns propound the cinema and its industry must recalibrate its practices of harmonizing sound and image experience.